we need to talk about episode number 5 of Moon Knight, where all is revealed just about, except for one.
And also is the ultimate. I'm getting sick of them teasing Jake Lockley. Like they're teasing him to the extent that it's starting to hurt my insides. But they made it worth it to make it hurt on the inside even differently. But yo, like, go ahead, JP.
Nah, I'm annoyed by this episode.
Go ahead. Why is that?
Because it made you cry too. Did you see the onions start to pop up around you at the end by the end of this episode?
No. The thing is, we know there's a Jake Lockley because there's a third sarcophagus.
Right.
And how can he have his soul balance with just 2 hearts? There should be 3. Even if, for me, right? Even if Steven fell into that sand abyss, he shouldn't have had his heart balance because there's still this hidden other personality locked inside his brain.
We think it's still theory.
I mean,
it's never been confirmed.
It's not the one that leaked out, because that's the difference. That's the difference, and they played this. This is about who became prominent in the key moments. Jake Lockley has not proven himself to be prominent in the key moments. He is shown or evidenced to exist, but not to have a full takeover yet. Whereas this bittersweetness of dealing with man, why do I want to call him Sherman?
Hercules. Sherman.
What's his name? Not Mark. What's his name? Not Mark.
Steven.
There we go. When dealing with Steven was truly created from childbirth. So that's the heaviness. That's the balance. This is the balance of what's created the arc altogether, and not what has been continuously there.
Yeah. I mean, so guys, what did you? So you don't like the episode then because Jake Lockley never turned up?
I love this episode. Look, I love an episode that, you know me, I love pain in my movies.
You overdosed on this one. This was really sad.
This hit all the right. Look, one, it continues to prove how amazing Oscar Isaac is as an actor. 2, it proved me wrong that looking at the stupid, fight videos of him training before this came out, I always assumed that whenever they show us fight videos of training, it usually means that the show is going to suck. And they've proven absolutely otherwise. And 3, I mean, this was a bittersweet moment for me. Like, in one hand, it was so devastating and it made so much sense, and it was a little cliche. But on the other hand, oh my God, we killed Steven. Like, I am so happy. I was so happy at this. Like, I understood it, and I was like, yo, I understand the need for him and exactly what he was, but he's also so unadulteratedly annoying to me.
But he did prove himself. He did prove himself absolutely this time.
He did, but I don't know if it balanced out enough from the absolute bollocksness that had been going on beforehand. But it was enough for me to feel and be like, yo, you were the protector, but you didn't even know you were the protector. And then just kind of, man, like, I don't know which one always hurts more. Which one hurt more? It was the concept of the loss of your little brother, which I think is a pretty normal trope. That one didn't. I don't know if that one got me as much, or the fact of your mom hating you for the rest of your life, and your dad trying to love you, and you ignoring the dad. Like, I have a very weak spot for father-son relationships, because I think Disney kind of desensitized me from mothers dying in movies. Like, I think it desensitized, but I think the concept that we still got so little information on the dad, and the mom was just so devastated, and the fact that you have this crushing conflict altogether for Mark, and nothing gets resolved in it. It's unresolved, and it will never be resolved.
Yeah. No, those birthday parties.
Love it. So much pain.
Those birthday party scenes were just. I mean, because my little boy just had his birthday party, and birthday parties are big. And there they are. The father gets out little cokes and puts them on the table, and puts up the little decorations, makes the cake, and he's busting his ass to make it work. And the mum's just a no-show, and he's there like, I feel like saying to the Dad, give me a ring, okay? I'll come round. I'll bring my kids round. We'll kind of make up the numbers for the mum. But obviously, that I don't know, for some reason that's where it really hit home to me. Those little parties and the pain and the like, and when he didn't walk into the funeral, I thought, yeah, I get that. I get him not walking in. Because, man, like, I mean, it's hard to be critical of a grief-stricken mum to a point.
To a point, you know. It makes you get it. You do get it. Like, there's a justification in the pain, but you know, at some point, you know, this is where you hope that you know, forgiveness is able to come in. But I mean, it's so resonant because it's just like, it's on one half. It's one part, you know, the loss of your brother. The second part, the realization that your mom loved your brother more than this, which also makes the story of Jacob in the Bible just a little bit more painful, where you're just like, yo, the brothers, like it. I felt like they almost were trying to do a little slight parallel. Instead of it being the mom, you know, it would have been
the dad.
Jacob. It would be Jacob. It was the mom instead of Jacob, and Joseph instead of the little brother, and Mark played basically the 11 other brothers. But you know, except for in this situation, you know, in the real life, in the biblical one, it's, you know, there's the forgiveness and, you know, come ups, but in this there is none, you know, and especially playing into the Judaism as well too. So Testament as well, you know. It was just like this, the elements and the layers that I was able to pick from, and then just to see that there was no return on it, and the third one is just being a kid, and to the point where you leave, and it's not because there is zero love, but it's because your mother's love there, and it almost stands to say like how much impact it is that you need your parents, like you need your parents.
But I guess on top of that, just abandoning him, not being there for his birthday, and the blaming is that she beat him. Like, there's that scene, she comes in with the belt, and that's where I thought, wow, we've kind of stepped outside kind of even Marvel's worst parents, and maybe this is our, you know, this could be our worst. Man, I don't know. I got to think about that.
I don't know, man. Odin kind of throwing his daughter into the wind. That's a tough one to come back from. You know, or your dad literally killing your mom. This one.
Yeah, but I mean this is in
relatable parents.
This is just it was really felt really close to home. Those other ones like Odin.
This
one just so you're right. Probably technically, you're right. But this was
this one hits different because it is on the ground level.
Relatable.
And it had to be.
It could be more real.
I will consistently give Feige and Marvel Studios the credit. Like, people always want to talk about, oh, there's a formula to this. No, Marvel just enters into really controversial situations with strategic ease. Like, this was such a fluid thing to enter into, and this could have been something that typically Disney would never. Disney, the company, does not touch on, or at least try to show excessive abuse. Like, you might see it in the element of the heroic damsel in distress, like you see with Cinderella, or you see with like Tangled, which I guess is it's, you know, it's Cinderella or Tangled, but it's not abuse. Like, it is assumed brainwashed slavery, and you know from the outside it is, but the person is forced to feel like they're content. Whereas in this situation, they are recognizing and being willing to take the risk to speak about how DID results and actually show the mental ailment. And it's not even the first time. Like, we saw this with WandaVision as well too.
Well, the similarities between this and episode of WandaVision were were really prominent.
Let's remind our friends to please click on the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you know when we have new videos out.
Subscribe!
Die. Oh, die.